Hello, and welcome to my channel. If you love all things homemaking or you need some motivation to get some things done around the house, you are in the right place. To start out the day, I am making myself a delicious pumpkin spice latte because how many people can function without coffee nowadays, am I right? Today we will be cooking, which turns out to be a delicious soup, doing some dishes and tidying the living and dining room. So let's finish up our coffee, tea, or cocktail, or whatever your favorite motivating liquid is, and let's get some things done around the house. Okay, I have a little confession to make. I do have homemade pumpkin sauce in my cup already because I did some off-screen magic and I poured the pumpkin sauce in my cup in the kitchen before I even started filming because it was way easier because going back and forth between the coffee cart and the kitchen is just kind of a pain. And this whipped cream is pumpkin spice flavored whipped cream. I found it from Aldi. This is not sponsored, but it's really good. If they still have it, definitely go grab it. I did run to the grocery store earlier that day to pick some things up for dinner and just some snacks around the house, and so I'm putting those away real quick so I can make space for the soup. I will admit I bought way too many tomatoes because I did not realize how large these tomatoes really were. I don't know what it is about the grocery store, but something at the grocery store makes everything seem smaller than what it really is. Because when I got home and I started chopping up the tomatoes, I realized how massive these tomatoes were. this is the point that I started to realize that my cutting board was far too small and I was regretting my decision, but I had already committed and I was not turning back. Anytime I am chopping up vegetables, specifically carrots, onions, sometimes bell peppers, I'll do this as well, but definitely celery, I always keep the ends and I keep the skins because I always make sure I rinse them first. So that way, and I put them in a Ziploc bag, I throw them in the freezer, so that way later on when I go to make homemade broth, all I have to do is dump all those veggies in and it makes a really delicious bold soup. Now, this point I am going ahead to cook up the onion real quick here, just so that way I don't have to cook the soup for hours and hours and hours. The soup did come already like cooked. You can see it on the counter. I'll show you in a bit what it is specifically, but it is already like pre-made soup. I just decided to doctor it up. I added fresh tomatoes, onion, and I did also add some salt and basil because it was a low sodium soup and it just needed a little salt to bring out more of the flavors. While the onions are cooking, I'm going ahead to multitask a little bit and get some dishes done because we had a lazy day yesterday and we just hung out on the sofa all day and ate food, watched movies, and just enjoyed each other's company because we had done a road trip the day before that, and so we were trying to recover from that because it was a pretty long drive. I am adding the tomato to the onion, and I believe I also added some jarred garlic. I just forgot to film it because I was chit-chatting with my husband while he was getting ready for work while I was making the soup. And this is the point where I start to question my decisions and the size pot that I chose. I thought that the soup was gonna fit, but it did not fit, and I ended up having to grab my smaller stock pot. And yes, that is my small stock pot. I've got a giant one, which is what I use to make like homemade soups and broths and things like that. This is the soup that I am making. It is a roasted red pepper and tomato soup, and honestly, after I added the things to it and doctored it up a little bit, it was absolutely delicious, and I highly recommend this. If you find this at the grocery store, grab it and grab 3 of them because your whole family will gobble this soup up. It is amazing. As I had mentioned before, we had gone on a mini road trip a few days prior to this, and so yesterday we decided to just veg out and on the sofa and watch movies and shows all day. And so we ended up just having all the things gathered everywhere. I also needed to unpack a lot of our things as well. And so that's why we have a couple random suitcases just lying around the house. I feel like I say this every single day to everyone in my life, including my husband, but I absolutely love resetting the sofa. It makes my heart and soul happy because it instantly makes my whole home feel clean and tidy and just ready to go for everything and anything that could happen. Another one of my favorite things is wiping down my coffee table. I know that you are supposed to use special cleaner for marble. However, I find the easiest way to clean my marble, honestly, is just take a spray bottle of water with a microfiber and just wipe her down because it works beautifully. It is the best results I've ever gotten. I don't really like any other cleaner I've ever used, and on the marble specifically, it's simple, it's easy, and it's always available. So when you go on a trip, whether it be flying, road trip, by boat, whatever, when you get back, do you immediately unpack or do you wait a few weeks and live out of your suitcase? Comment below and let me know. Let me rephrase that. I unpack immediately and my husband tends to wait a week or two until I tell him I'm going to throw all of your clothes down the chute and wash them all, unless you decide to unpack finally. And then one of two things happens. Either he finally unpacks his suitcase or I just take all the clothes, send them down the laundry chute and wash them all, regardless if they're clean or not, because I am not going to go through his bag like that. So we do have 2 cats, and I'm not even gonna lie. Things like the scratchers and the tubes, they truly just get moved and kicked around the house, gently kicked around the house on a daily basis, multiple times a day, because we move them to a place that feels like they would be useful for the cats, but still out of the way. But the cats decide that is not the place that I want this to be, and they move the whatever it is to where they want it to be. And it is the funniest thing ever. However, I feel like I'm constantly moving cat scratchers and beds and toys from everywhere. But I love my cats so much. They are like our little babies, and honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. So I know I did dishes earlier while I was multitasking while making the soup. However, I needed to finish up the dishes and do the dishes from making said soup. And so here I am just going through and finishing those up. Alrighty, so that is all I have for you today because I had a few girlfriends come over for our Audible book club and crafting night, and I did not film any of that to respect both my friends' privacy and space. So with that, I hope you were able to get at least a few chores done, or one extremely annoying chore that you have been avoiding done today. Thank you for watching, and I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.